All right, Instigators, quarantine mode here. Got Marty and Jay Harris and Craig Rive on my computer screen. It's a beautiful sight in the morning, I'll tell you that. So we welcome everybody in. I don't know if Jake's on the line just yet. Oh, Jake is on the line. Jake McCabe joining the show. Jake, what's going on, man?
Not a whole lot. Probably just hanging out.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of a stupid question, eh? Like, what's going on?
The question is, have you done your workout yet?
I have not worked out today yet, no.
Have you worked out at all?
I have, in fact, been working out, but I actually just got back to Chicago. That's where me and my wife spend the off season, and luckily I have a spin bike here, but I've been doing a decent amount of running outside too, just to get outside and get a little workout in. It's been nice.
Hey, Jake, let me ask you this. Some players around the league are getting like Zoom workouts where they FaceTime or Zoom conference their trainers and personal trainers at home or whatnot. Are you doing any of that, or you're just taking matters in your own hand and doing what feels right?
No, I'm just taking matters in my own hands. I think once you work out enough, you got enough exercises in your arsenal that you can do at home and whatnot. So I got a little space here that I can do my lunge series, my hip stuff, and a bike ride, and whatever else I need to do. So it's I can handle it myself.
Is it hard? Is it like, and I mean that from the standpoint of like
motivating yourself.
Oh, that's right. Yes, thank you, Craig. Craig, the college guy. Motivate yourself.
I think some days probably a little tougher than others, just because of obviously the uncertainty with this whole thing. It's kind of obviously a very weird time to be alive, really. But no, when you sit at home and do nothing all day, it's pretty easy to get a workout in, because then you can actually get a little sweat and do something different than just sit on the couch or clean around the house. So it hasn't been too bad to get motivated for it.
Are you tempted to do any of these stupid videos we're seeing? I feel, Jake, that the longer this thing goes, the more and more stupid videos we're going to see from people.
Oh my gosh, Petey.
What are you talking about, Petey?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Let Jake answer the question.
As far as social media goes, like the push-up challenge, and I don't know what else I've seen, but
no, TikTok he's talking about.
TikTok.
He's talking about the TikToks.
And the kids going to be dancing around Jake in front of the fireplace, getting ready for the routine. Jake,
Petey,
are you dancing around the living room, videotaping yourself and sending it out?
I think you know more about TikTok than I do, apparently, because I have not been paying attention.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Have you been talking to any of the boys on the team, Zooming or Skype or whatever you use? Any communication with the boys on the team?
Yeah, we got our text group going and talking to those guys a little bit here and there. It's just, there's really not a whole lot to catch up on, right? Everyone's just kind of sitting at home and holding a pattern, really. But I think, all the Euros got home safe, which was good. That was, everything's been, I think it's been 2 weeks. What is it, Friday? So, yeah, it's been 2 weeks. I've been pretty much in quarantine. 2 weeks ago, we just got back from Montreal. So it's pretty crazy how fast this is all going.
Hey, how was it in Montreal that night, Jake, when you guys found out that the NBA was canceling? So that was the Wednesday night. You guys are getting ready to play Thursday in Montreal. How did it all go down, and what was the word between the players about playing the next day?
Yeah, once you saw that the NBA got canceled, it was, everyone kind of figured that there's no way we were probably playing that game the next day. And I think at that time, I think San Jose just announced they're playing without fans. So you could kind of see the writing on the wall as far as how this was all going to play out. So it was only a matter of time before we knew that, the NBA was just the first of obviously all the major sports just kind of following suit. And really, that kind of created this whole stay-at-home thing, I feel like, was once the pro sports was done. Everyone kind of realized how serious this was.
I guess what I wanted to know, and maybe I needed to drive you there, is did you guys call downstairs for some cold brews and just hung out in somebody's room and talk about what was going to happen the next day?
No, it was pretty late, actually, I feel like, when they announced it. But I will say I had a couple of beers at the next day. I wish I wasn't lying, to be honest.
You don't have to call down for beers when you can drink the whole minibar.
That's right up your alley, eh, Petey?
And the gummy bears they had in the bear jar.
The cashews.
Hey,
and the chocolate.
The cashews never got touched. The Pringles, the candy bars, and the gummy bears were, and then obviously whatever those little bottles were inside.
Whatever you can get your hands on, eh?
What are you doing now? Like anything that you're watching on TV? Like we just, talk every morning here between Rivs and Petey and I, and we were talking about Tiger King a couple of days ago. Now Ozark season 3 is coming out. What's your little TV program that you're watching now?
I actually me and my wife just finished the Tiger King yesterday, I believe. Pretty wild series. It got more and more messed up the longer you watch. I really just couldn't believe some of the things that were coming out of those people's mouths.
I watched 3 episodes of that last night. I have my last episode tonight. Do not tell me what happened, but what a messed up individual. All those guys.
Yeah. It's just a bunch of cults. It's crazy.
Yep.
Petey, take it over, bud. You're like, Jake, you can't see.
I spooned a tiger in Thailand. I went to one of these tiger things. I not like these ones. These ones are in Florida because Riv asked me to watch the show, so I checked out episode 2 last night. But when I was in Thailand, I did a whole tiger exhibit. I went the cubs, the mid-sized ones, and then the big guys. And I don't know. I should be an animal rights activist. The guy was like hammering the thing on the nose with a bamboo stick to like back off. And I'm just kind of like, hey guy, have you tried that on yourself yet? Like, do you know how that feels? But anyway.
Yeah, it's tough. That's tough.
It's just weird to see all these tigers running around in cages. It just, I don't know. But I'm into it. But what else are you watching, Jake?
What else are we watching? We've been bouncing around a little bit.
Are you good on toilet paper? Like that's kind of the number one concern in America right now. And
actually, my wife got me a bidet a couple summers ago for Valentine's Day.
Oh, we got a bidet user! Wow.
And that's a game changer. I mean, as you guys know, in Montreal, that's how it all starts. Everyone discovers the bidet in Montreal. At the Ritz. And now
Ritz doesn't know the hotel in Montreal, Jake, but the Ritz-Carlton in Montreal has the heating toilet and the oscillating jet sprays. It's a high-end toilet in Montreal you're talking about.
Hey, Jake.
Yeah.
Riv and North Bay, those things are called bidets.
Bidets.
Yeah, you're an idiot, man.
I don't know where to go from there, Jake. How's the bidet working? Because my day got really bad yesterday when I finished my last 2-ply roll. I'm down to 1-ply now only, and I got to tell you, those are bad days, Jake.
Well, I think you maybe need to start investing in a bidet. Maybe look online.
I'm going to look online at a bidet, and I'm going to price out a bidet right now.
It might end up saving you in the long term. Who knows how much toilet paper is going to cost in a couple of months here when they're on shortage.
Well, let me ask you this. What's the occasion for a bidet gift? Is it an anniversary gift? Is it a birthday gift? Is it a...
I think it's a gift whenever, especially once you're married. I think you're always looking for ideas when a special occasion arises, so...
Is it okay to gift a bidet after an individual has been sick and spending a lot of time in the toilet? Is this like the right time when you've had a bout with maybe some stomach flu?
Yeah, I think it's always always a thoughtful gift, no matter who you gift it to. Personally,
Jake, can I ask you a question?
hear it.
How do you spell bidet?
BIDET.
That was impressive.
Okay, so you can get a bidet. They can be anywhere from $299 to like $3,000 and beyond.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Or you could have the free one. You just take your butt cheeks over to the sink, splash a little water.
And that is a North Bay bidet right there. That is a North Bay bidet. Jake, thank you for the time today, buddy.
Yeah, I'm glad I could spice up your guys' convo. I'm sure you're running out of topics to talk about.
You know what? I got to tell you, you're the first NHL player I've ever heard the word bidet come out of their mouth. So it's a fine day for me.
I'm not ashamed of it, especially when there's a shortage of toilet paper out there.
Don't be. You might have just changed a lot of people's lives.
I love it.
Good stuff, Jake. Guys.
Take care, Jake, and enjoy. Hope to see you guys back on the ice soon.
Yeah, same.